Jaeger Creation here to review my figure of Kizaru that I made out of paper just the other week. Here's a close-up of the face that you can see here. Just drew this on paper before. To the side. Other side. His sunglasses are a separate piece of cardboard that I stuck on later, and I had to draw his eyes in after. You know, here's his hands. As you can see, draw them. That's just a flat piece there. Bottom, drew his palms. There's his tie there. That's a separate piece. And so is the shirt, and then the collar over the shirt, and then his collar over his jacket is a separate piece as well. You can see the buttons there. His legs falling off. Going down, you can see the legs. I have folded the creases on this part here for his left thigh. I have actually creased and scrunched up the paper at the bottom here to give him pretty realistic looking effect. I like how that turned out. As you can see now, this is one of the previous Kizaru figures that I did a while ago. This guy used a different system for the body and the articulation. You might have seen him in one of my previous vids, and as you can see, the difference between these two in quality is huge. I think I've improved a lot with this one. His proportions are just much better. The artwork's a lot better. The colouring, it's a much more solid figure too. It's just a lot thicker, a lot more detail. It is all around just a much better figure. He does stand at about 32 centimeters tall, maybe 32.5. So going over the articulation, his cape is on a double hinge here, so it can go up like that, and then it does rotate back. Each side piece does that, so that way you can get him out the way, so you can move his arms and stuff about. His arms do go, when the cape's not in the way, they do go forward and down and side. They rotate 360, by the way. It's got a bicep swivel I included. Just a single jointed elbow. His fingers are individually articulated as well, so you can bend them down. He bends here at the wrist, rotates as I said, and his thumb's got a hinge here, so it can go in and out. And then it also does extend, so that way he can do quite a few poses. Mostly I just leave him in a pointing pose because, you know, for his laser beams. So the head does have articulation as well. The neck will move forward and back like that, and because I've glued the collar to the back of his neck, as it moves forward the collar moves as well, which was a pretty cool thing. The head itself will rotate here at the peg where it sticks in, and then it also bends up and down. The legs bend all the way forward, as you can see here, and then they bend at the knee as well. And his hip does extend out also. It's just, as you can see. And he does have a thigh rotation, but as you can see, the way I cut out the paper, so if you bend his thigh that way, because I didn't include separate the two pieces of the pants to rotate with it, you can't really bend it any way but straight on without completely bending and wrecking the paper used. So yeah, that's a mistake I should probably get into fixing later on. And his feet do swivel here, and then they bend up and down. The main problems I have with this figure are just the hip joints are a little bit too weak and the knee joints are a little bit too thick. He's actually quite a skinny character, and I think just narrowing the knee joints by a few millimeters would really make him look a lot more like the character. His shoulders are actually a bit too broad, I think, just because, that's mostly because of the cape though. I like the way the cape's turned out. I like the idea that I tried doing with this, making these side parts articulate while the back part's a separate piece, but I think I'll get better as I go along, but right now I'm just going to leave him as he is and focus on a few other characters. So that's it, guys. That's my review of Kizaru from One Piece. Hope you liked the video. Leave a comment. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Jaeger Creation out.